Have you ever wondered how small habits can change our lives? James Clear says that success comes not from taking a big step, but from improving small everyday habits. This book is based on the principle that if you get better at one every day, you can be 37 times better by the end of the year. Imagine you start your day with a positive thought every morning. You take small steps toward your goal. At first glance, this change may seem small, but in the long run, it will affect your life completely. It can be changed. This book is for those who are feeling stagnant in their lives, who want to get rid of their bad habits, who want to achieve big success through small habits. James Clear tells his story about how small changes can change lives. An accident had badly affected his life, but he began to rebuild his life. They learned that habits can become the biggest strength or the biggest obstacle to your success. The purpose of this book is to teach you. Every chapter of this book is how to create good habits, how to quit bad habits, make a big impact in your life with 3 small changes. James Clear says, your habits decide your future. What you do every day becomes your identity. You're ready for this journey. Stay tuned to learn the secrets of big changes in small habits. Chapter 1 with eAudio FM. Imagine the power of small habits. Imagine you are on a plane. This plane is going from Los Angeles to New York. During the flight, the pilot turns the plane's direction by just 3.5 degrees. And then, an impossible scramble of habits renders this boat lifeless. Small, that the passengers inside the plane cannot even feel it, but the effect of this slight change will be that the plane will land in Washington, D.C. instead of reaching New York. The power of small habits. When we change small habits in our life, we do not immediately see the difference, but with time their effect can completely change our life. How habits work. Habits are the automatic mode of our mind. When you learn to drive for the first time, you have to pay attention to every step. Clutch, pressing gear, changing, braking. But as you do it again and again, it all seems natural. Habits are the brain's way of saving you time and energy. But if these habits are not in the right direction, it can also become your biggest enemy. Computative. James Clear gives an important idea in this book. Try to become better at one every day. Now think, if you improve a little every day, you can become 47 times better in a year. But if you get worse at one every day, your progress will be almost 0 by the end of the year. Small changes mean waking up early in the morning and studying for 10 minutes every day. These changes may seem small, but they determine the direction of your life. How bad habits are formed. Let's understand it with a story. Rohan, an office worker, often felt tired after work. One day he decided to buy chips and cold drinks while coming home. In the beginning it was just a way of rest, but in a few months Rohan gained weight. Now he started feeling tired and his energy decreased even more. Bad habits gradually take over our lives. How to identify small habits. James Clear says that there are 4 steps behind every habit. A sign cue. Any habit starts with a sign, like feeling tired. 2. Desire, craving. This sign gives rise to a desire, like feeling like wanting to relax. 3. Response. Then you take a step, like buying chips. 4. Reward. Finally, you get a reward, like feeling relaxed. This cycle repeats over and over again. Habits are formed. Is it possible to change habits by spending some time in prison? We need to understand these 4 steps. The bad habits. Recognize the signal to break and try to change the response. Use this chakra positively to form good habits. Your habits determine the direction of your life. If you want to be successful, it is important to form the right habits. Chapter 2. How to make good habits. We become what we do over and over again. That is why excellence is not magic. Magic is a matter of the mind. Becoming holistically comfortable with your body and mind, drawing from it. This is a process that needs to be understood. An adopted story, a new beginning. Ravi was a software engineer whose life was completely upended. He found himself stuck in a corporate climate with an increasing desire to sell employee X who was stuck there. One day he decided that he would make his life better. He decided to get up early in the morning and get into the habit of reading a book chapter every day. In the first week, he thought that it was all very difficult. But gradually, these habits became a part of his daily routine. Explain the habit in detail, make it obvious. If you want to create a habit, it is important to give it a place in your life. For example, if you want to study in the morning, put your book in a place where you will see first. Make your environment such that it supports your habits. Make your habits attractive. Make it attractive. To adopt a habit, it is necessary to make you feel good. If you want to start yoga, do it with a playlist that you like to listen to. To the desire to make it easy. Whenever you start a new habit, make it short and simple. For example, if you want to start jogging, just walk for 5 minutes on the first day. Make the habit so easy that it seems difficult to refuse it. Make 4 habits satisfying. Make it satisfying. Habits last only when they make you satisfied. For example, if you complete a habit every day, tick a calendar, and this small reward will keep you motivated. As James Clear said, success comes to those who make small changes. Building good habits is a long process, but it always starts with small steps. If you study for just 10 minutes every day, this habit can help you succeed in competitive exams. If you do yoga for 10 minutes every day, your health can be greatly improved. Focus on the system, not on the goal. James Clear points out another important thing. Goals show you the direction, but your system gets you there. If your goal is to lose weight, make a good diet and exercise system instead of focusing on the goal. You will get success once, but the system will make you successful again and again. Do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. Make time for new habits. Add it to your routine. Make small beginnings. Do's and don'ts. Don't make habits difficult or cumbersome. Do not try to make many habits at once. Have you ever thought that you can start your day with a good habits? The direction of your life depends on your habits. The direction of your life depends on your habits. If you break habits, then your future itself will be ruined. Bad habits harm us, yet it is the most difficult thing to leave them. Why this is because bad habits often bring instant gratification, but James Clear points out that every bad habit can be changed. A college student used to spend hours on social media every day. He used methods like he deleted all social media apps from his phone, he set a time for studying every day, he promised himself a small reward every week, he took a deep breath whenever he felt like spending time on social media, he asked himself, "Is this taking me closer to my goal?" In a few months, Raj not only quit social media addiction, but also made it to the list of toppers. It gives pleasure in hard work like eating junk food or scrolling social media. The consequences of bad habits may be bad in the long run, but it gives instant happiness. Bad habits become a part of your daily routine. 4 rules to break bad habits. James Clear has given 4 powerful rules to break a habit. Hide it, make it invisible, remove the thing that triggers your bad habit. For example, if you eat junk food late at night, then leave it at home. Stop having junk food in me. Make it unpleasant. Make it unattractive. Remember the long-term harm of bad habits. For example, if you smoke a cigarette, every time you think about how much harm it is doing to your health. 3. Make it difficult. Make it difficult. Stop adopting a bad habit. For example, if you do a lot of online shopping, stop saving your card details. For example, make it unsatisfactory, make it unsatisfying. Make yourself responsible for your bad habit every time you do it. For example, tell a close friend that if you repeat a bad habit, you will have to pay a penalty. James Clear says that it may be difficult to completely eliminate a bad habit, but it can be replaced with a good habit. If you have a habit of eating junk food, then change it with healthy snacks. If you do not eat late, then the important thing is that you do not try to change yourself completely, but make changes gradually. Understand the root cause of a bad habit, when and why it started. Create a solid plan to change it. Can you change it with a good habit? Be patient. Change takes time. Don't try to change the whole habit at once. Your task today is to think of a bad habit that you want to change, identify it, and start the process of eliminating it. See, our change is success comes to those who continue to strengthen the right habits over time. James Clear. You start a good habit. You start going to the gym, eating healthy food, or studying every day. But after a few weeks, you return to the old routine. Why this happens is because habits are not just formed from the beginning, they are formed when you maintain them continuously. It's the story, the secret of Ria's success. Ria was preparing to become a lawyer. She regularized her study time, but in a few days, she started feeling the burden of studying. They wondered if I would always be able to do this. Then she adopted this lesson of James Clear's: focus on the process, not the outcome. I.e., focus only on the process that you have to do every day. Ria decided that she would study only 30 minutes every day. She made this time so simple that it was easy to do it. Gradually it turned into 30 minutes an hour, and then 2 hours. This simple technique helped her top the law exam. Habits. James Clear explains that these are the main reasons behind breaking habits. If you don't get results right away, you'll be disappointed. For example, if you do not lose weight immediately by going to the gym, then people give up. In the beginning, there is enthusiasm in adopting a new habit, but after a few days it decreases. 3. Lack of consistency. When you don't play the habit regularly, it gradually disappears. Start small. Make good habits easy and short. If you have to make a habit of reading 10 pages a day, then read only 1 page on the first day. Repeat the habit every day, even if it's just a little. For example, if you can't go to the gym, do a 5-minute workout at home. 3. Don't. Stick to your goal, stick to the process, focus on doing the work that will get you to the goal every day. Instead of focusing on the process, not the goal, instead of thinking that I want to be an ES, instead of thinking that I will study for 3 hours every day, and so on. And people go on to study until hormone imbalances. And is it possible to get a goal every day? Move 4 barriers, remove barriers, eliminate the obstacles in the habit. For example, if you want to go for a run in the morning, prepare your shoes and clothes at night, track your progress, track your habit in a calendar or notebook. When you see your progress, your confidence will increase. Once you start, it's easy to continue the habit. Make a good habit fun, like it, add something that you like to the habit that you want to create. For example, if you do not feel like studying, then take your favorite tea or snack after studying. Add 2 habits, add a new habit to an old habit. For example, if you want to read a book every day, do it while drinking tea in the morning. Add 3 friends. If you adopt a habit with a friend, it becomes more fun. Remember to be patient and make changes, he added. James Clear repeatedly says that habits are not formed in a day. It takes patience and dedication to create and maintain them. Small changes make big changes. Today's question: start tracking which good habits you want to maintain long-term and make the process fun. Chapter 5. The deep connection of habits and identity is one of the most important lessons of James Clear. Your habits define your identity, and your identity defines your habits, until you see yourself as some special. For example, if you do not consider yourself a runner, then the habit of running in the morning will not last long. Anil's new identity: Anil had to quit smoking. He tried again and again, but every time he tried a new strategy, every time someone offered him a cigarette, he said, "I am not a smoker." Gradually, he started changing his identity. Now, he started considering himself as a healthy person. As a result, in a few months he quit smoking completely. This proves that habits are not just work, they become a part of your identity. Decide the type of person you want to be. Ask yourself, what kind of person I want to be if I want to be successful. Example: I want to lead a healthy life. I want to be a fit person. I want to be an IAS. Then I want to be a disciplined student. Prove it to yourself with small wins. Whenever you go for a run, you tell your mind, "I am a runner." Every time you study, you repeat your identity. "I am a serious student." James Clear calls it identity-based habits. Behavior versus identity. Many people focus on behavior but ignore identity. Example, I will study every day. Saying is a behavior. I am a hard-working student. Say is an identity. Changing identities makes habits natural, and when you start seeing yourself as a certain person, it becomes easier to act like that person. How to change your identity? First of all, let go of old beliefs. Let go of old beliefs. If you think I'm lazy, it will disrupt your habits. Instead, I'm disciplined and do my work on time. Use 2 positive affirmations. Use positive affirmations. Every day, tell yourself, I'm capable of achieving my goal. I'm a happy and successful person. Do 3 new things and repeat them. Act like the person you want to become. If you want to be a writer, write something every day. If you want to be a fit person, exercise every day. Collect 4 evidence every time you adopt the right habit. So it reinforces your new identity. For example, I studied for 30 minutes today, which means I am a disciplined student. How habits change your identity. Every time you pick up a habit, it becomes a proof of your new identity. If you study every day, you become a diligent student. If you run every day, you become a runner. James Clear explains it this way. Every time you play your habit, you vote for yourself to be who you are. If you adopt the right habits again and again, your new identity becomes permanent. The mantra of success is B. Do most people. I'll have success to do, I'll do this thing 3B, then I'll be a successful person. James Clear says it should be reversed. FB, I'm a disciplined person to do. That's why I study every day. There are 3 things that will make me successful. Start a new faith today, think about who I want to be. Change your habits in the same direction as you do your habits, you will strengthen your identity. After all, habits are the key to your success. The other thing, the right habits can be your stepping stones to success, and the wrong habits can bring you down. James Clear says that breaking the wrong habits is as important as creating the right habits. Story Reema's, screen time reducing, Reema's habit of spending time on the phone. Every night, she decides that from tomorrow I will run less phone, the next day, the same old story. Then she adopted the strategy of changing habits. She deleted her social media apps and put the phone in another room at a fixed time. She gradually broke this habit and made it a habit to study and exercise. Habits. 4 simple steps to break bad habits. Make a habit invisible. Make it visible. Remove the things that trigger your habit, like watching too much TV. Put the remote in the cupboard. Eat too much junk food. Keep only healthy things in the fridge. Make a habit unpleasant. Make it unattractive. Think about the harm of your bad habit again. And, again example, if I keep smoking, my health will deteriorate more. Phones are making my studies disappear, make it difficult to make a habit, make it difficult to adopt a bad habit like phones. But then some people say that often, once their health is gone, give the password to someone else. If you have to go out to buy junk food, then it is necessary that you make healthy food. Make it unsatisfying. Make it unsatisfying. Give someone an answer when you give up your habit, like telling your friend or family that they are going to tell you about your bad habit. Identify the habit holding you back. First of all, make a list of the habits that are hindering your goal. Example, staying up late at night, spending thoughtlessly, eating unhealthy. Focus on one habit. Habit at a time. Do not try to change all the habits at once. For example, I will stop eating only junk food first, then I will work on another habit. Make a plan of 3 changes. Create a plan of taking concrete steps to change the habit. For example, I will turn off the phone every night at 10 o'clock. I will eat dinner cleanly at 4 o'clock. Repeat the change. James Clear says that repetition only strengthens your habits. If you practice the right habit again and again, your old habit will automatically decrease. Ways to avoid bad habits. Don't start. James Clear explains that. A comic book, constant help of a unicorn, a priceful pill, as well as a helpless friend. The easiest way is not to let the bad habit start when you go late at night for the first time. It becomes easier to do it the next time. When you eat junk food for the first time, it feels more comfortable to eat it the next time. That's why don't take the first step. If you also want to change your habits, start it now. You stay connected with BookTube, where we bring inspiring and educative audiobooks to improve your life. Subscribe to our channel and promise yourself success, like Chapter 7. 4. Rules to make habits lasting. When you adopt a new habit, there is enthusiasm and energy in the early days, but often after a few weeks this enthusiasm begins to cool down. James Clear understands this challenge and says that to maintain habits for a long time, you need a system and not just motivation. Today, we will understand the 4 powerful rules of making habits permanent. If you want a man's fitness journey. A man decided in January that he would go to the gym every day. In the first week, he worked out with full energy, but as time passed, his enthusiasm decreased. It seems then he adopted 4 rules to create a habit. Now he not only goes to the gym every day, but it has become a part of his lifestyle. Rule: make it clear, make it obvious. James Clear says, what you do not see does not become your priority. So, add habits to your routine. Tips: if you want to wake up in the morning and start studying, keep books by the bed. If you want to drink water every day, keep a bottle of water in every corner of the house. Track your habits in the calendar. Rule 2. Make it attractive. Make it attractive. Your habits last only when they feel like doing it. James Clear, how to apply it. Say temptation bundling. If you find it boring to go for a walk, add it to listening to music or talking to friends. If you find it difficult to study, then give yourself a break of 10 minutes after every hour when you feel like doing the habit. Rule 3. Make it simple. Make it easy. Set small goals in the beginning. If you have 10 pages a day, read only 2 pages on the first day. If you want to lose 5 kg, then start walking for just 10 minutes first. Remove obstacles. If you find it difficult to go to the gym, then work out at home. If you watch more TV, keep the remote in the cupboard. Rule 4. Make it satisfactory. Make it satisfying. Habits do not become permanent until you are happy to complete them, says James Clear. Reward yourself after completing your habits. How to reward yourself with a star every day when you complete your habit. Always journey. We are with you in every journey. That can make you a better person if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet. James Clear says that habits are not only the means to reach the goal, they are the means to change your identity. When you connect your habits with your identity, they naturally become a part of your life. From you. This chapter teaches us about our identity. How to use habits to change. Kahani Nidhi and her career. Nidhi always had a dream of becoming a successful writer. She would often think, how good it would be if I became a best-selling author one day. But she only kept thinking and did nothing. Then she took this lesson of James Clear and worked on her identity instead of her own. Now Nidhi says to herself every day, I am a writer. She writes a little bit every day and gradually her identity as a writer has started to form. The 2 steps to changing identity: decide who you want to be. First of all, understand what kind of person you want to be. If you want to become a fit person, then think, what do fit people do? If you want to become a better student, then think, what are the habits of a good student? Add your habits to your new identity. Remind yourself every time you adopt a habit, I am doing this because I am a fit person. I am studying because I am a hard-working student. Why? Identity-based habits are strong when you make your habits part of your identity. It's getting easier. For example, if you consider yourself a runner, getting up in the morning to run does not become a struggle, but a part of your identity. If you consider yourself a creative person, it seems natural to learn new things. Small steps, big identity. Your identity is formed by small decisions. Every time you pick up your new habits, you strengthen your identity. James Clear calls it a vote that goes in favor of your new identity. Every time you go to the gym, you vote to be a fitter person. Every time you read a book, you vote to become a reading person. It takes time to change your identity, but when your habits match your identity, they become permanent. So ask yourself who you want to be. Whether your habits are drawing you closer to that person or away, the magic of Chapter 9 continuity is that the real power is not in making big leaps, but in taking small steps regularly. James Clear explains in this chapter why habits only bear fruit if they are done consistently. The story of Kabir. Sadhana Kabir had decided that she would wake up every morning and meditate. On the first day, she got inspiration. She meditated. On the second day, she woke up but did not feel the same energy. On the third day, she thought whether it would make a difference by not doing one day, but she remembered the words of James Clear. Consistency always matters more than perfect action. He continued to meditate for a short time each day. 6 months later, he realized that his mind had become calm and stable. Small steps make big changes every day. And doing little things prepares your mind and body for a new habit. Like if you get better at one a day, you'll be 47 times better by the end of the year, but if you drop to one a day, your progress will be 0. Strengthens the two systems. Consistency allows you to turn your habits into a natural process, says James Clear. If you study every day, studying becomes part of your routine, not a burden. If you do a little workout every day, you will not find it difficult to go to the gym. Follow the rule of continuity or minimum action. Whenever you find it difficult to follow a habit, do it in the shortest form. For example, if you are not able to study, then read only 2 pages. If you do not feel like working out, then do only 5 push-ups. Motivate yourself with 2 tracking. Tracking the habit gives you motivation. Put a tick mark on a calendar. Keep in mind, don't break the streak. Remind yourself why I started. Whenever there is disappointment, ask yourself, why I started this habit. Am I getting closer to the person I want to be? Message to listeners of Audio FM. Your consistency will take you closer to success. We try to guide you every step of the way and make your journey easier. So stay connected with our channel, eAudio FM, because your hard work matters every day. Chapter 10. How to remove obstacles to habits. The road to success isn't always straightforward. The obstacles in between make us stronger. James Clear explains in this chapter how to overcome obstacles when there are obstacles in habits and how to keep moving towards your goal. For the first few weeks he was regular, but then it started raining. One day he thought he would not be able to go today. The next day, due to working late into the night, he could not go again. Slowly, his habit of running broke. One day he realized that if he kept making excuses like this, then his goal would be incomplete. He found his obstacles and how to overcome them. The main causes of obstacles in habits and solutions. The problem of lack of time. James Clear's solution. Look at your schedule and find time for small habits. If there is no time for an hour, just 10 minutes. Her mind perfectly settled. Remember, it is better to do a little than do nothing. 2 problems. Lack of motivation. James Clear's solution. Make your habit easy and attractive. Like if you do not want to go to the gym, then do a small workout at home. If you do not want to study, then start with an easy topic. 3 problems. Not having the right environment. James Clear's solution. Make your environment habit-friendly. If you want to read a book, then keep the book in a place where you can see if you want to give up junk food. Do not buy it and bring it home. 4 problems. Making excuses. James Clear's solution. Whenever your mind starts making excuses, 4 sounds bad. So ask yourself if this excuse is hampering my progress. Appreciate your small steps. The mental way to fight obstacles. Forgive yourself. If you can't keep up with the habit, someday don't be hard on yourself. One day's mistake is not the same as breaking the habit. Start again from the next day too. Adopt flexibility. Obstacles will always come. If it is not possible to run outside, then do yoga at home if the time is less. Then break the habit into small parts. 3. Celebrate your progress every time you cross the obstacle. Give yourself a compliment. Makes you mentally strong. Why staying connected is important. Our habits determine the direction of our future. Every small step you take and every obstacle you try to overcome writes your success story. So stay connected with eAudio FM and set your habits in the right direction, because success is waiting for you. Chapter 11. Making habits part of life. Habits are only effective when they become part of our identity. James Clear explains in this chapter how to make habits an integral part of one's life, not like compulsion or work. Seema always wanted to be a writer, but whenever she tried to write, she saw it as a job. Every time she failed to write, she felt that maybe she could not succeed. One day she read James Clear's book. She learned one thing: connect her goal with her identity. Since then, she told herself every day that I am a writer and a writer writes. The science of connecting habits to identity. Start with identity. Decide whether you... Example, I am a reading person. I am a fit person. Do tasks that support your identity. Every time you play your habit, you strengthen your identity. 1 minute of reading makes you a serious reader. 10 minutes makes you a healthy person. 3. Let go of our old identity. Often we cling to our old identity. I am lazy, like I am hardworking. By giving up thoughts. The 3 steps to make habits a part of life are to repeat the habits regularly. As you repeat an action, it becomes part of your identity. Every time you run, you become a runner. Celebrate 2 small victories. Every small progress strengthens your new identity. Like finishing a book makes you a reader. Waking up early in the morning makes you a disciplined person. Change your story. Whenever you talk to yourself, adopt a positive identity. I'm always late. I work on time. James Clear's important message: your habits are not the result of your actions, but your identity. Habits naturally become a part of your life when you develop your identity in the right direction. Chapter 12. Create the right system. Adopt the right habits. Your success is not determined by your goals, but by you. James Clear explains in this chapter why just making goals isn't enough. We have to give our habits a system that can make a difference in our lives. Story Aditya system. Aditya sets his fitness goal in January every year, and in the first place, he begins with sticking to his goals specifically and holding himself accountable. One day he realized that the problem was not in his goal but in his system. He had just made the goal, but had not prepared the right system for it. He read James Clear's book and learned that goals give us direction, but systems get us there. Aditya started a change. He made a system of going to the gym, where he went 3 days every week without any excuses. Gradually, he started losing weight, and fitness became a part of his lifestyle. When you achieve a goal, you stop, but the system runs for a long time. Like if your goal is to read a book, then after finishing it, what will make the right system? The habit of reading will always be there. When you take small steps, you make big changes. Example, if you get better at 1 a day, in a year you can get better at Chetters. How to create the right system? Start with small changes, break big habits into small parts. For example, if you want to run for 30 minutes every day, start with the first 5 minutes, use 2 triggers, tie the habits into a routine, like after drinking tea, I will read a book, I will put my shoes out before going to the gym, I will maintain 3 regularities. Make the system in such a way that you can perform it continuously. Remember, consistency is better than perfection. 4 measures of success. Track your progress every week or month. It will motivate you and give you a chance to correct your mistakes. Why creating a system changes your identity? When you adopt a system, you strengthen your habits. Gradually, your habits become part of your identity. Whoever runs becomes a runner. Whoever reads becomes a reader. Your habits and systems combine to make you the person you want to be. Chapter 13. How to make habits more effective. It is not enough to just make habits. It is most important to make them effective and sustainable. James Clear explains in this chapter how our habits not only make life better, but acting on them effectively guarantees success. Rena was a civil service aspirant. She used to start preparing for the exam every year, but in 2 or 3 months her enthusiasm would be over. Her friend asked her, "Why do you work so hard in studies and still lag behind?" Rena did not understand that one day she read Atomic Habits and realized that just making a habit is not enough. It is also necessary to make habits sustainable and effective. He started small changes, fixed a time for his studies, kept 2 mobiles away, completed his goals every day. Gradually, his habits became stronger, and he became better than before. Simplify habits. The easier the task, the more often you will do it. For example, if you have to study, put books on the table so that you can see them immediately. If you have to go for a run, put your shoes out. Make 2 habits attractive. If it feels good to do the habit, you will do it again and again. For example, keep a small reward while studying, like drinking tea of your choice after studying, listening to your favorite songs after working out. Regularize 3 habits, set a certain time and place. For example, every morning, I will meditate for 7 hours 10 minutes, read a book every night before going to bed at 9 o'clock, measure 4 progressions, write down your small improvements, track it in a calendar or pop every time you play your habit. It increases motivation. James Clear says no habit is perfect. There will be mistakes. Sometimes you will break your routine, but the most important thing is that you start again. If the habit is broken one day, then you must do it the next day. System. When habits become part of your identity and are easy to carry out, you will be able to retain them for a long time. Chapter 14. Science. To change bad habits. Changing bad habits is difficult but not impossible. James Clear explains in this chapter how we can identify our negative habits and turn them into positive ones. Story. Saurabh's bad habit. Saurabh had a habit of checking his mobile repeatedly while studying. Every 10 minutes he would see the notification, and he would get distracted every time. He thought, I would turn it off from tomorrow, but it never happened. Then he read Atomic Habits and understood that bad habits not only spoil time, but also affect our psyche. Saurabh followed these 3 steps to change his bad habit. Recognizing the trigger of this bad habit, he realized that he used to check his mobile every time he felt bored. He removed 2 triggers. He kept his mobile in another room while studying. He added 3 new habits. When he felt bored, he took a 5-minute break and started walking a little. Gradually, his bad habit ended and his focus improved. 3 easy steps to change bad habits. Recognize the trigger. Every bad habit has a trigger. Like if you eat too much junk food, think whether you are hungry or it has just become a habit. If you spend a lot of time on social media, look at when and why you do it. Change or remove 2 triggers. Change your surroundings. For example, if you watch TV late at night, keep the alarm in a place where you have to get up and turn it off. For example, if you drink a lot of tea and coffee, then start drinking green tea instead of it. If you check your mobile frequently, then make a habit of reading a book instead of it. Make small changes to change habits. James Clear believes that people often succeed by trying to give up bad habits. Instead of improving them gradually, if you improve every day at 1, then in a year you can become better at 86. Along with removing a bad habit, it is also necessary to create a new positive habit. Why? Bad habits don't go away. Bad habits often demand less effort, like eating more, sleeping longer, giving instant happiness. Junk food or social media gives instant happiness, but its long-term effect is negative. 3 has become a routine. When we do some work again and again, it settles in our mind as a routine. The right way to change bad habits: focus on the long-term damage of a bad habit. Think about how this habit can affect your future. Adopt a new identity. When you change your habits, you also change your identity, like, I'm lazy. No, I'm a hard-working person. I'm not unhealthy. I'm a fit and active person. Chapter 15. The long-term impact of habits. Habits shape your future. James Clear explains in this chapter that habits gradually have a profound effect on our lives. This effect is so subtle that in the beginning we do not even feel it. But with time, these habits become the reason for our success or failure. High spells. Mishianos alest ais sami. and Raj was graduating from the same college, but the paths of their lives diverged. Samir made a habit that he would read a book every morning for 15 minutes. Raj decided that he would work extra hard for 15 minutes a day. Rohan did not pay attention to his habits and just kept going with the times. In the beginning, these changes did not show any significant effect, but after 5 years, Samir became a successful business because he learned new skills from books. Raj got the fruits of his hard work and became a manager in a big company. Rohan stayed there. James Clear says that small changes bring big results over time. The law of understanding long-term effects, compounding effects. Small changes make a big impact. If you get better at just one a day, you're 40 times better than you will be in a year. But if you get better at one a day, you're only going to save 3 a year. For example, if you study for 15 minutes every day, then in a year you will study for about 90 hours. But if you waste 15 minutes every day, then you lose 90 hours. Ignoring too slow advances. Do not do small changes in the beginning, do not show the effect, but in the long run it gives big results. Like exercising a little every day will gradually fit your body. Saving a little money every day will accumulate a large amount of money over time. 3 habits make up your identity. The habits you adopt become part of your identity. Like, if you write every day, you start recognizing yourself a fit person. How to maintain long-term habits. Start with small goals. Don't try to make big changes. For example, instead of saying, I will study for 30 minutes every day, I will study for only 5 minutes today, write down my progress every day or track it in an app. It will motivate you. Why? I want to exercise. Because I want to be healthy. The environment around the 4. Improve your environment has a profound effect on your habits. For example, if you want to eat healthy, then keep only healthy food in the fridge. If you want to study, then keep the study things in order. The long-term effect of bad habits, James Clear says, like good habits lead you to success. Similarly, bad habits gradually push you towards failure. If you eat junk food again and again, then it can make you gain weight. If you waste time, then you will not be able to fulfill your dreams. So identify bad habits and improve them. James Clear says in this chapter that we often set goals in our lives, but we need systems to reach them. System means to create a way or framework by which habits are formed naturally and persisted for a long time. Example, I want to lose 5 pounds. 2 systems illustrate the process. Example, I will exercise 30 minutes a day and eat healthy food. James Clear explains. Show the direction to the target, but the system takes you in that direction. The secret of a cricketer's success, a cricketer told in an interview that he never focuses on his score. His focus is only on his practice. He plays 100 balls every day, works on his fitness and makes it a habit to keep his mind calm. Scores and trophies are the result of his system. James Clear says that success comes to the person who has made his process right. How to create a system that divides your habits into small parts. If you study daily, if you want to do it, then divide it like this: morning, 15 minutes revision, afternoon, 30 minutes new topic, night, 15 minutes quiz 2, make a way to measure the progress. Write or compile your own revision, or both, and send it to me for approval. Track your progress. This will motivate you. 3. Create your own environment. Like if you want to make a habit of studying, then keep only study material on your table. Remove distractions. Do not make habit like compulsion. Make it a part of happiness. Like if you are working out, then do not make any mistakes with your favorite music. Do not focus only on the goal. As soon as we are done, we often go back to the old habit. Like if you have lost weight, then the next time you do not pay attention, the weight can also increase. Keep updating your system as your goals change. Improve your system. Practical tips. Do 4 things to create a system. Go step by step. Don't try to make a big change. Gradually improve your habit. Start with just 1 habit. Bring many habits at once. Don't try to make a habit first. Take 3 positive feedbacks. Note your progress and congratulate yourself. Like if you studied every day for a week, give yourself a gift. Decide on a time for every habit, like 7 a.m. exercise, 9 p.m. study. The effect of changing the system into habits. James Clear says that the system of your habits makes your real identity. If you adopt the right system, you can get success in every area of your life. Chapter 17. Relation of habits and identities. Your habits form your identity. James Clear points out in this chapter that we often think of our identity and habits as separate, whereas the truth is that our habits are the root of our identity cycle. Of your identity and habits, identify what you think about yourself. I'm a responsible person. 2 habits are actions that you do over and over again. I finish work on time every day. 3. Consequences. How your habits shape your life. The co-workers trust me. James Clear says your habits reinforce your thoughts, and your thoughts inspire your habits. Identification. How to make habits based on what to pay attention to. Who is the wrong way I have to read a book? The right way I am a reader? When you aim to change your identity, your habits also become permanent. Take 2 small steps, like if you want to feel fit, start working out for just 5 minutes every day. Gather 3 pieces of evidence. Your habits are evidence of your new identity. Your habits are indications of a societal belief. Moreover, the basis of a belief, a temporal belief. Example, identity. I am a writer. Habit. I write 100 words every day. Proof. Last month I wrote 3 Hajj words. Story. Identity. A person to become a runner. He who was not fond of running started seeing himself as a runner. In the beginning he used to run only 1 kilometer every day. Gradually he increased his distance. Within a few months he started calling himself a runner with pride. James Clear explains. Small habits build a big identity. Sometimes our old identity stops us, like, I am lazy. This idea ruins your habits. James Clear says, if you're willing to change your identity, your habits will change too. Adopt a new identity. Of a disciplined person, I'm using my time. 3 steps to changing your identity. Challenge your old identity. Recognize your negative beliefs and replace them with positive thinking. Like I'm weak in math instead, I can improve in math too. Work on your new faith. Do something every day that proves your new identity. Like I am a good speaker. Practice speaking for 5 minutes every day. Strengthen your new identity with 3 times regular habits. Make your identity permanent. As if I am a healthy person. Eat healthy food every day. Story, success of a student. A student who had difficulty in studies started seeing himself as a hard-working student. He started studying for just 1 hour every day. In a few months he changed himself. Now he sees himself as a topper. James Clear says, your habits define your identity. A question for you. How do you see your identity? If you want to be a better person, adopt a new identity and form habits accordingly. Chapter 18. 4 Rules for Changing Habits. The easiest way to change your habits. James Clear explains 4 simple and effective rules for changing habits in this chapter. These rules are based on how our mind works. If you understand these rules, it will be very easy to change your habits and create new habits. The first rule. Make it clear. Make it obvious. Habits don't form until we decide how to implement what we have to do. Habit stacking. Habit stacking. Combine your new habit with an old habit. Example, when I wake up in the morning, I am the first to catch a swim. I will drink 2 glasses of water when I go to office. I will finish a work before drinking tea. Make a place to support your new habit. Example, if you want to study, then keep books and notebooks on a clean table. Story, a person wanted to get used to go to the gym every day. He put it near the gym's clothes and shoe bed. Every morning, he was easy to see and wear it. Slowly go to the gym. Second rule, make it attractive. Make it attractive. We like to do things we enjoy. Looks, how to apply dopamines. Take advantage of your new behavior, like reward for yourself. If I study 30 minutes, I will listen to my favorite songs. 10 minutes, read. Use the power of 2 group. Keep people around you who hold the same habits you want to make. Example, if you are interested in fitness, then spend time with friends going to gym. Story: a girl made notes of different colors for every subject to make her studies fun. She studied together with her friends to focus on her topic and make it easier. Third rule: make it easier. If any habit finds difficult, then we will avoid doing it. How to apply. Act like the trough. Keep the habit as small as possible in the beginning. Example, just 5 minutes daily. I will just read 1 page. Reduce to friction. Reduce that process. Example, if you want to eat healthy food, then cut off the fruit in the fridge in advance. Story: one person made it easy to reach his book. To get the habit of reading daily, he stopped notifications from his mobile, and every day, the book placed near your pillow. The fourth rule: make it satisfying. Make it satisfying. We continue the habits that we get a reward immediately from. How to apply. How to decide a reward. If I completed an hour, give myself a small reward. If I studied 1 hour, then I will watch my favorite movie to track my habits. Track my habits. Story: a student started to put a big red tick in his calendar every day. Lieber mag yellow. And this tick gives it satisfaction and motivates him to do so the next day. 4 rules A for you. Make it clear when and what to do. Make it attractive. Make it fun and interesting. Make it easier. Make it easier. Small and make the process simple. Make it a satisfaction father. Make it a satisfaction father. Quickly fixed reward. Small compatible habits make big changes with time. How your new habits will change when you follow these 4 rules. Habits will naturally become. This rule will strengthen your identity and turn you into the person you want to be. Chapter 19. Your own. Change identity. Habits change identity. Based habits is not what you do. Your habits are what you are. James Clear talks about the deep relationship between habits and identity in this chapter. He tells that if you want to change your habits permanently, you have to pay attention to changing your identity. Habits don't become a part of your inner target. If you consider yourself a fit person, you go to the gym not like a compulsion, but of your identity. Parts will understand. If you consider yourself a creative writer, then writing daily will become your terrorist versus external change versus internal change. I want to lose weight. This is a target-based approach. 2. Internal changes. I am a fit person. This is an identity-based approach. James says that when you pay attention to changing your identity, how to define the identity yourself. First, decide who you want to be. Ask questions: which kind of human habits I want to be showing my new identity. There are 2 small proofs raised every time you adopt a new habit. It becomes proof of your new identity. It is the only better that we can offer of our physical body to actually support the undeveloped imagination. It's a state of being close to self. If you want to be a reading person, then reading 1 page every day will be a small but strong proof for you. If you want to be a frustrating person, then attempt to save money every time. Challenge your identity. If you considered lazy yourself, then now your every habit proves that you are hard-working. I always give up on 4 negative identities. I accept the challenges. I am a person facing the face of changing the story. Was trying to leave a cigarette. When someone offers him cigarettes, he doesn't say, "Thanks, I don't drink." This small sentence reflected his new identity. Slowly, he started seeing himself as a not IVT person and changed his habit. On the other hand, a student who considered himself a fellow EA changed his new identity. I am a hard-working person. After which he started studying a little every day and finally toped the power of new identity. Important is when you consider your habits part of your identity, it becomes difficult to leave them out. I am a runner who will never leave behind 2 old identities. Exit your old experiences and add yourself with new perspective. Start who I am. Start with what I am. Make sure to make a question of what I am. Make sure of what. 2 habits are aiming at making proof of your new identity. But they can change your identity permanently. Conclusion: if you really want change, then make it part of your identity. This chapter of James Clear teaches us that real change starts with not by habits but by identification. It is natural to come to new habits with new identity. Construction of right habits 20. Right habits. How to build up wrong habits and break bad forests is your life, is what your habits make it. If you want change, then you will learn to make right habits and delete wrong habits. James Clear, this chapter 1. Deeply understand how you can improve your life by understanding the art of building habits and eliminating them. 4 rules. The 4 laws of behavior change and making it clear. Object views. Make it clear object views whenever you want to make a habit, then keep it in front of your eyes. If you want to make a habit of drinking water, then keep the water bottle on your table. The wrong habit: if you want to eliminate a habit, then remove it from around you. Example: if you have to reduce the habit of watching TV, then hide the remote in a wardrobe. Give it to attractive. Make the right habit so that they made you breathtaking examples. If you need to start a workout, then exercise with your favorite song. Make the wrong habit less attractive to those habits you want to leave. Example: if you want to lose fast food, then make it easier to buy. Make it easier to make the right habit, the easier it will become as soon as possible. If you want to make studying the more popular, surely you may acquire that same habit as hard as the iPhone. Just 2 pages on the first day. Reading the wrong habit: if you want to leave a habit, then it is as difficult as possible. Create an example. If you have to, leave the habit of spending more time on mobile, then put passwords into it. 4. Make it a satisfactory. Set satisfying the right habit every time you follow your new habit. Then give yourself a small reward. If you go to run in the morning, create a healthy smoothie for yourself. Make the wrong habit dissatisfactory to make the wrong habits. If you want to use social media less, set the alarm when you check the phone every hour so that you get annoyed and go straight to what you want to do. You will be less likely to fall prey to it. I call this activity-based habit. Perhaps you are trying to achieve something real or social achievements. Generally, habits start with any indication. If you have the habit of drinking tea, then this habit will be connected to the trigger at evening time. A desire arises after 2 desire-craving trigger. That is why tea is habit, because you need that warmth and rest due to 3 reaction response desire. In the 4 result rewards, you get the satisfaction that inducts the habit to repeat these 4 steps. If you want to change habit and understand these 4 steps. Learn to control the inverse rules to break the wrong habit. Inverse rules of the 4 lodge 1. Hidden it. Make it invisible. If you want to leave snacking, then keep chips or chocolate out of the house. Let it monotonize. Make it unattractive in your mind. Imagine the negative results that might be from your bad habit. Example: if I eat fast food every day, my health will be a bad 3 made. Make it harder in adopting the wrong habit. Example: if you have the habit of shopping more, then turn off your credit card in the wardrobe. 4. Made an unsatisfactory father. Make it unsatisfying. Told a friend that he cracked you when he adopted the wrong habit every time, and the result was to get the habit of reading the book before bed every night. Yet, the some Buddhist talk matters through, not sang. He started keeping the book near his pillow every night when he goes to bed. When he started reading the book, on the other hand, it started scrolling Shiam late in the night. He changed his mobile with an alarm clock and put his mobile in another room while sleeping. Gradually left it, habit and environmental habit around you. It has a profound impact on habits. If you want to adopt right habits, then adapt your environment. Keep fruits and vegetables forward in the fridge for a healthy eating habit. Make a quiet place for studying environment. Remove them from your atmosphere to leave the wrong habits. Conclusion: making the right habits and erasing the wrong habits is an art. It is not easy, but not impossible. James Clear teaches us that with the right strategies and patience we can bring unemployed changes in our life. Chapter 21. Habits in maintaining. The work you start once makes the direction of your life. Keep in mind that it is not a one-day job. Keep in mind that it is not a one-day job. Right habits are always fascinating through the long run of stable. In this chapter of today, we will learn how to keep your habit stable with time. How many times do you start when you maintain these correctly? Starting habits and then following them, starting and mentee habits. Many people start making habits, but it is usually happening when you have too much expectations or want to make a habit suddenly. A few suggestions to maintain the right habits. Set a small target at the beginning. Set a small, easy target like taking the first day to meditate 5 minutes and then gradually increasing the time. Healthy replacement if you want to change a bad habit. Then change it with a good habit, like reading the book at that time instead of scrolling the phone late at the time. Continuity in creating habits is most important for a few minutes a day. It is better to achieve your goal, also instead that don't give time together the whole week. A 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule. James Clear's 2-minute rule is a great way to make habit it easier to do any habit for 2 minutes. And it helps to maintain the habit of how it works. If you want to get habit of going to the gym, go to the gym for only 2 minutes on the first day, then slowly increase the time. It will motivate you to start. If you have to, get the habit of reading the book first. Day, read 2 pages. It can increase it with time. Tracking and reporting. It is very important to track it. To maintain any habit. When you track your progress, it motivates you to perform better. How to track your habits in a diary and record what you're using in mobile apps to track the progress of a habit. It will help you reach your goal. 4. For your habits. A strong cue. Create a strong cue for that habit to maintain a habit stable. It reminds your mind that now you have to get up in the habit. Example, if you want to get up early in the morning, then alarm clock out of your bed so that you get up and get off. If you want to notice, then put your mat in your room at the beginning of the day. Backup plan for the FE habits. Sometimes don't have things according to plan, so it is important that you have a backup plan, so that you have your habits can continue the how-to made backup plan. If you don't have time to go to the gym, you can do 10 minutes workout at home. If you don't find the study time, then read the book while traveling in the train or bus. Continue the high habits for maintaining the rose habits. Many people make habits for external awards, but it's not enough to maintain stability. You need internal motivation, i.e., knowing why you are making this habit. Some ideas for internal motivation is making, so that my mental and physical condition is better. This habit will help me understand my priorities better. Reinforcing 7 habits. Its repetition is very important to strengthen any habit. It is not necessary to complete habit every day, but the more you repeat it will become stronger. The more you are habitating to meditate 10 minutes a day, try that. If you can increase that time every day a little. Clock, lift the little thing to the top. Time to get up and go to the gym. Should get happy about meal physica or will request a must delivery striker. Summary. Maintaining the right habits, the best of bringing stability and success in life. The way this is possible with constant practice, internal motivation, and correct technologies will take time to build habits, but it is a process that you can improve over time. Now is the time of a small information. If you are running this journey with us, then subscribe to our channel, BookTube. This will give you updates about every new book, every new habit, and every new success, because your path to success starts here. Chapter 22. Habits. Durability. James Clear. In this chapter today, we will know why habits are stable and how you can provide durability of your habits. The durability of habits does not only depend on your efforts, but that also based on your ways of thinking and their constant adherence. Habits are the key to the durability of life. It is very important to stabilize your habits first to bring stability to life. This habit's like the foundation of life. If the Niev is strong, the building will also be strong. How to create habits stable when it is necessary to understand that their impact will be on every aspect of life, like correct habits help physical, mental, and economic development. Natural physiology. How the habit is created. Small habits like drinking water every morning or walking a little bit of long-term durability. 2 recognized and understood habits. James Clear says that identity-based habits are the most effective in providing durability to habits. When you make a habit part of your identity, if you take it, it becomes very difficult to change or leave. How to create habits identity-based? Make it part of your identity that you want to adopt. If you want to be a health lover, then tell yourself, I am a healthy person. And then start small habits on that basis. When these habits become part of your life, they start working in your life, stable and automatically. Understanding the strength of 3 habits, understanding the power of habits in our minds, left a deep impression. Stay and strengthens by the small efforts we make. How the best way to make habits habits? Start them. Once habits start, it becomes your self-esteem. It is very important to connect these habits in mind positively. When habits become natural, it becomes easy to follow them. Flexible in 4 habits. On science. Of course, it is necessary to follow habits, but sometimes there are unexpected events in life. We can lose sleep over the most obvious of things, so that you have flexibility in your routine, so that you change your routine without any problems. Tips for flexibility: can't follow habits. If one day can't forgive yourself, then start again from the next day again. Flexibility doesn't mean that give up your habits, but it means that even after changing a slight position, creating systems for 5 habits, while following habits for creating systems for habits. When you try to change habits only, it is not enough to focus on the results. You have to create a right system for that habit. Create a strong system, such as if you read 10 pages daily, create a system that you start reading every day, just morning, to make sure you have a certain schedule, so that you can fulfill your habits with more internal satisfaction over external rewards. Now, when you are happy to make a habit without any external rewards, that habit becomes stable. External rewards such as awards or appreciation may end with time, but internal satisfaction is permanent. Inner satisfaction. Examples of when you do a habit for yourself, such as exercising to stay healthy, you get satisfaction from inside. This habit is stable when you consider it part of your identity and do not notice that from outside someone praised you or not, having made the process of changing 7 habits. The process of habit change. If you want to make habits change, then you have to understand that it is a process, that it will not be in a day, but with small efforts you can make it successful in the long term. A few steps of bringing changes small and small. Begin with stable changes, small and small. Begin with stable changes, small and small. Begin with stable changes, small and small. Remember what is not working. It takes time to make a change in a habit, and if you do it correctly, it can become stable. Summary. This chapter teaches us that in order to maintain habits stable, we have to make them part of our identity instead of external record. And most importantly, we have to give ourselves time, so that habits can be part of our lives permanently as well as our journey more interesting. Subscribe to our channel, BookTube. Make you find here and information about the best books and habits that can change your life. Chapter 23, With Habits. Constant improvement, continuous improvement with habits. Dear Enbrier sums it up. If you can make your everyday a little better, then gradually you will take your life to a totally different level. James Clear. In this chapter, we will learn that habits are not just a start, but a constant improvement process. Your habits can be a permanent force for the development of your life if you keep them improving and improve their daily routine. The importance of small improvements. The importance of small improvements does not come from big results, but small improvements. Sometimes small changes can bring very large results. Simply make changes right and constantly implement small improvements. Start with small improvements, like to meditate for 5 minutes a day or take a walk of 10 minutes every morning. Make these small improvements part of your lifestyle so that they can be part of your life without any difficulty. Become 2 consecutive improvement principle. The principle of continuous improvement. This principle says that you can always make yourself better. even if this improvement is not how small this improvement is. If you improve day by day, then in a few months, you will see tremendous changes in your habits. How to apply the principle of improvement. Add a small habit every day, such as learning something new, or reviewing an old target every week, or at the end of month, review your progress and take new steps to improvement 3, and not the effect of % improvement on the power of not power. According to Improvement James Clear, if you improve your habits just 1 grotto every day, then that improvement increases at the end of a year. At the end of a year, this principle is based on the compound growth, which explains how to improve small improvements on one. Improve a small habit in a day, such as if you read 10 pages every day. Then increase it to 11 pages next week afterwards, and improve it to improve your habits even better, and keep continuity of 4 habits in a contrast. Habits continuity is the key to success, is to maintain its continuity in order to maintain any habit. When you constantly work on a habit, it becomes part of your life naturally. Maintaining continuity. Maintain your habits plain and comfortable as if you want to exercise. Then place it first in your schedule and follow it strictly so that you don't want to leave habits. Maintain 5 habit stacking habits, or from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. Making a habit with second habit. The powerful way to make habits stable and strong. When you combine a new habit with already existing habit, it naturally becomes part of life. How to make a bit stacking, add new habit with your previously made habits, such as if you drink morning tea, then you can start to meditate for some minutes after that. This change will be easier. Tracking habits. Tracking habits. If you can't measure anything, then you can't improve it. Tracking habits helps you understand this. Where you stand and what you need to improve. Habits. Keep a journal in which you keep track of your habits daily. Will remind you of what you did and what you left. Look at your improvement pattern and understand which habits are benefiting you more in the right direction. With shifting your habits in the right direction, you may need to make changes to your habits not to be changed. In the same habits as habits, your situation always change you to the same direction. Ways to change habits in direction. If you feel that a habit is not helping you now, try to change it. Keeping in mind the new target, redesign your habits. In summary, this chapter we learn that through the constant improvement of habits and the principle of a child improvement, we can improve our lives better. Small improvement, continuity, and changing habits in the right direction lead you to success. If you work to improve your habits in the right direction, you can reach anywhere in life. Chapter CCCCCs. Habits. Compound effects of habits together make big successes in our small habits. James Clear. Every small habit we do every day becomes part of a big change. This effect increases over time. When you improve your habits continuously, they give you extraordinary results in a long time. Here, we will see how our habits are connected to each other, and they together cause big changes. The order effects of habits, cumulatively impact of habits. Your habits do not just shape your day, but your entire life. There are no big results when you start a habit. This habit immediately does not show you any big results, but with time, this habit affects other aspects of your life and gradually takes you close to your goal. When Guy, who was depressed for 3 months, suddenly began to feel signs of lifting light books again, the small division of a habit and becomes big in the long run. When you start an exercise of 10 minutes in the morning, you probably do not see any special changes on the first day, but after months, this habit brings great improvement to your fitness. Similarly, if you study 10 minutes every day, it will slowly lead you to great knowledge and success. The ripple effect of hacks. It's a journey on a hobby, a habit that sparks a massive passion. Learning is the same breathing techniques. Slow habit is used to practice it. When a habit begins, its impact not only in that area, but it also spreads in other parts of your life. It works in the same way as throwing a stone into water makes waves spread over the surface of that water. The way of spreading habits. If you put a healthy eating habit along with it, you also get better sleep, energy, and mental state. When you give yourself regularly, it increases your confidence, and you also get success in the rest of the work. Making it stable is making 3 habits stick, is made by a habit stable. It benefits you long time without a struggle. This habit become naturally contained in your life and become part of your actions without a special hard work. How to make habits stable. To tie habits into a solid schedule, like drinking water as it wakes every morning, or track reading habits every evening so that you remember how long you've been doing, and how to create 4 strong habits that will get you inspired by how to build strong habits. Most people don't succeed in habits because they lose very quickly. To create strong habits, you need a strong mindset. Tips on building strong habits. Take small steps at the beginning, such as doing a few minutes or reading 5 pages. When you start with small steps, your confidence will increase, and you will easily find large habits to maintain stability in 5 habits. Maintain success is hidden in stability, whether it is in fitness studies or any other area. If you work on it continuously, you will definitely get a long-term success. What to do to maintain continuity? To make a habit, you should constantly do it every day, so that you can make it simple and comfortable, so that you can, without hesitation, claim its actions and rest satisfied with the way things are, says Feeling Candid. The impact of invisible habits does not show many of our habits, but they affect our mind and outlook. These habits affect our success and failure. The cause of how are you to change? The way of thinking, invisible habits, to say positive things to yourself, or maintain patience in a task. All this, habits, gradually become part of our personality so that we can get better results in our lives. In this chapter, we saw that habits do not only affect our routine, but they make positive changes in every aspect of our lives, from small improvements to continuity. All these things together give us big results. Now that you have with this understanding, if you work on habits, you will prepare yourself not only to improve your life, but also to live a powerful and successful life. Chapter 25. Cycle of Success. The cycle of success is part of every habit. This cycle decides our thinking and our results. When you start a good habit, it gradually programs your mind and leads you to success. The first step of habit is faith, belief in habit. You become your truth, over which you believe you can change. Your terrorists are believing this is the first seed that gives birth to a new and positive habit. How to strengthen faith yourself. Promise that you will bring change to stay tied on your goal for a day, like to recognize small successes and connections of the habit. The connection between thoughts and habits. Our thoughts determine our actions. When you think positive, purposeful, then your actions also move in the same direction. How to add thinking to habit. When you wake up in the morning and consider positive for your day every night and next time. Planning to do better. Small change, big results. Small change, big results. Success comes from small steps every day. To become a little better every day gives you big changes in the long run. How to start small changes in a time. Ask yourself, today I can make my habits better, or 1. Analysis of 4 results. When you pay attention to the results of your habits, you understand which habits are working and which have to change. The assessment of habits. How to assess your progress every week. See which habits are bringing you close to your goal and which are stopping you. Creating a permanent cycle of success when you adopt your habits. Permanent bicycle of success. This cycle becomes part of your life. It not only helps you achieve the goal, but also gives you a chance to improve your life. How to celebrate your success cycle. Prepare for new challenges and strengthen your cycle further. Summary. This cycle of success is your thinking is a constant cycle of your habits and your results. It's easy to start, but maintaining it depends on your continuity. If you adopt this cycle correctly, it can change your life. Keep moving forward and empower this cycle of success through your habits. Chapter 4. Habits. Mastery of habits. Habits are not only for making your life easier, but it can become the biggest weapon of your success. When you master a habit, it produces an energy in your life. Mastery also makes it possible to make the impossible, meaning ABT, is masteris means to understand a habit to the extent that a writer cannot remain without writing. A singer feels incomplete without singing. As a habit becomes part of your everyday life, he is called a mastery. How to start a mastery? To practice small habits continuously, ask yourself, can I make this habit my identity? The importance of 2, continuousness. The power of consistency. Continuity is the key to the mastery. Without stopping. When you are a habit, if you play, that becomes your biggest strength with time. How to maintain continuity. Set the time for your habits every day. Chapter 27. Lifelong habits. Lifelong habits are not just to achieve a goal. They go the direction of your whole life. When you adopt the right habits and maintain them, then it becomes the foundation of your success, not only in the present, but also in the future. The power of stability. Comfortable in their life that they build 2 identities without effort. Building identity through habits. I can do this through a trip. I decide your habits. Until your habits are part of your identity. When your habits become part of your identity, then you never leave them to focus on habits that match your goals every day. Start seeing yourself as the person you want to be learning from. 3 successes. Learning from the trials will come to failures in life and many times break your habits, but adopting habits throughout your lifetime means learning from them instead of fearing failures. Ajalad multad sorin sutats tabush. Start again. How to accept mistakes emerging from failure, but don't give up. To 4 small wins to improve every failure. Big change. Small wins lead to big change. Makes every small success closer to you to big wins. Lifelong habits are made of small wins that you achieve every day. Do how to celebrate every small goal. Make them a source of inspiration, or how to celebrate your every small goal. Make them a source of inspiration. 5. To an ideal life. When your habits are permanent, they lead you to an ideal life. This life is not just success, but also of satisfaction and joy. How to improve your habits towards your ideal life continuously. Record and upgrade them from time to time. Short, merry lifetime habits are the same as your identity and lead you to your ideal life. If you make your life balanced, successful, and satisfactory, then start work on your habits today in today's and make your life better. The essence of the final chapter. Habits and conclusion. The essence and conclusion of Habits, Atomic Habits, isn't just a book about habits. It's the art of living a life that tells us how small things we often find unimportant, in fact, they can give our life a new shape. In reality, the big impact of small habits. The profound impact of small habits, with time, if played continuously, they make big changes. It is important not only for your personal development, but for your relationships and every aspect of life. Remember success not just in the result, rather, it's in your heart and continuity. Make your system stronger that it gives you to your goal. The importance of 3, identity and confidence. The role of identity and belief habits cannot succeed until you believe in yourself. This book teaches us how to see yourself as the person who can make change and strengthen faith every day. Remind yourself that you can make changes. Pride in your small wins and make them part of your identity. And welcome, for failure to embrace filiae habits can break, and this is normal, is just a lesson, not the end. It gives you the chance to get better. What to do is accept failure and move forward. Review your system and habits mastery over habits mastery over habits mastery means to understand the habits, that they become natural when habits become your routine. You can control every aspect of your life. Remember what mastery asks. Time and patience is a long journey, but every step of it is valuable. To conclusion is a new beginning. New mattening is the final message of this book. That you do not need to take big steps to bring about changes. Small habits are the ones that keep the big change. This process should be easy, enjoyable, and inspiring for you. Adopt small habits. This is the essence of this book. Wishes this journey is not end here. Atomic habits are the use of bringing a permanent change in your life. Keep it not limited to just listening, keep it in your life. If this book has been able to make your life even better, share it with others. Our channel BookTube is ready to bring new and inspiring books with you always. Keep listening, and thank you for this wonderful journey making your life better.